Good morning. My name is Michelle Vanessa Grant, and I am the Director of Student Life at the Fashion Institute of Technology. I have the distinct pleasure of welcoming you this morning, in addition to introducing to you our guest speaker, Dr. Ronald Myland. Dr. Ronald Myland is not only a friend, but a colleague who's been in higher education for over 30 years. He serves as the institution's Chief Diversity Officer, bringing programs around diversity, education, and inclusion. He's also part of the President's leadership team, who sits on her cabinet. Please give a warm welcome to my friend and colleague, Dr. Ronald Myland.
Michelle, thank you so very much. And I want to say welcome to all the families and all the guests here for Family Day. Let me welcome you. So welcome to FIT's Family Day. And on behalf of Dr. Joyce Brown, President of FIT, and the community, FIT community, welcome. And we're virtual, but while we're virtual, we are here together as a community, and we're still doing the work that's needed, the work that builds our community, and the work that makes us a top institution of fashion and creative arts in the country and globally. So Michelle, it's a pleasure to be here with you. And this is actually my third year giving remarks on for Family Day. And I thought today it would be nice for us to go back and forth and talk about things about our situation and our students and what the parents can be proud of our students, what they're doing right now. While their students are not on campus at 7th Avenue, they are working to achieve their degrees and to eventually graduate. And we hope to eventually come back to campus very soon where we can all greet each other physically. But it's so important for us to be safe, for our community to be safe. But at the same time, we have work to do. As administrators, we're working. As students are working remotely, and our faculty are continuing to work to bring the best possible learning experience to our students remotely. So, and we're doing programming as well, virtual programming. So, I mean, you have a lot to be proud of your children at FIT.
Right. So we thought it was important as an institution that we still carve out time for families to get together. Right. So traditionally, every year we have a family weekend, which is traditionally in October. But like Dr. Myland said, we're virtual, so we can have it any weekend we want. But like I said, it was important for us to carve out some time. So Dr. Myland, right, as someone who's been part of the leadership team, what have you seen from our students? What have you heard? Because I know our students are resilient, but I'm sure from the leadership team, you've also heard some really great things about the things that our students have been working on.
Our students are resilient, and that's a wonderful thing. That's one of the positive traits of our student body. But it is a challenge. It is a challenge when you're on campus and you're used to doing things physically, making things, designing things. And it's a challenge when you're working remotely. And also, our students are all over the world. So there's different time zones, different, and how we could do synchronous classes is a challenge. But our students have met that challenge, and they want to do well. And our faculty wants to make sure that they create a learning environment that is top-notch and that will give the students a great experience so when they graduate, they can continue their skills in work. So a lot of things we hear, it is a challenge, but our students feel that we're doing the best we can to meet that challenge. And I think that's very important. This took us all by surprise. COVID took us all by surprise, and it placed a lot of burdens and a lot of challenges on everyone in our community. But we all rose up and we took a stand and we did what we need to do. And that's what makes us a proud institution.
Now, we can also speak to our faculty who also rose above the challenge. I mean, I think like many institutions, having to go remote in the middle of the semester proved to be challenging, especially those who have majors that are hands-on. So can you talk a little bit about how our faculty were able to push through?
You know, what's interesting, Michelle, is our faculty created kits to send to our students so they can have the hands-on, the tangible experience at home, which is a wonderful thing. Our faculty went through several hours of training, virtual training, online training, to make it a robust experience. And they're very proud of that. That's a lot of work. And our students are still connected through faculty, through our staff on campus, and through activities. For example, faculty members were involved in our past Civility Week, which was virtual this year. It was a major success. It was all workshops by faculty and attended by everyone in the community. So we're working hard, and you have to give them a lot of credit for, some of our faculty members have not really taught online before. They're used to teaching in the studio. So doing that, so it was not only a learning experience for our students, but it's also a learning experience for them as well. And I think they rose to the occasion very nicely.
Thank you. Now, you mentioned Civility Week, right? And so, in light of the times that we're living in, we are living in a world or a country that's very divided. And so, can you talk a little bit about the importance of having a Civility Week at the institution and just being civil collectively, especially when we're back on campus one day?
Michelle, that's a great question. This was our third annual Civility Week, and it was the first one virtually, obviously for obvious reasons. And it was a timely one as well because it focused on the theme of social justice. And all of the presentations, all of the speakers were virtual. And in fact, at the end, our last event was a 2-day virtual diversity Comic Con, which was a major success as well. But going back to your question is, why is it needed? It's very much needed because as an institution, as an educational institution, we have the obligation to students the right path, the best path. And it's okay to have disagreement, but you can have disagreement and still be civil. And you can have disagreements and still provide love. You don't have to have disagreements and lead to hate. And I think that's what came out and that's what shined. And I think our students appreciated that, and FIT as a community appreciated that as well. And I think that each year that we have Civility Week, it grows. And I think that's a wonderful thing. Now, 3 years now, it's going to be a tradition. So I think it's very important. So while the outside world may be in civil, we are civil at FIT.
That's really great to hear. And I know there was a lot of partnerships with, you said, faculty and students as well, which is also initiatives that have come out of the Diversity Council, which
Yeah.
is another council that you lead. And I know you'll be talking about this later on today in regards to FIT's commitment to FIT. So I don't want to give too much away,
Sure.
but if you can just talk a little bit about the Diversity Council and the importance of that to the institution.
The Diversity Council was created about 11 years ago by President Dr. Joyce Brown, and its commitment to provide advisement programming to the campus on diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. And during its 11 years, we provided up to $100,000 in programming from faculty programming, student programming, including speakers, films, exhibits, and so on. And it's all internal, it's all faculty and staff involvement in it. So it's a really enriching opportunity for faculty and staff to get together on diversity, equity, and inclusion. And the council consists of staff, faculty, and students, and has grown from a council of 15 to now a council of 30. So it's in between the council, there's also subcommittees that the council works on various things, community outreach, student programming, grants, and other things. And this is growing in importance. And each year that we call for membership, it grows. And it's wonderful. So it's a positive thing to have interest in it, and it's going to continue to grow.
That's great to hear. So as we wrap up this conversation and we wrap up this welcome, is there anything that you're looking forward to when we are back on campus, and or anything new we can share about the institution?
Michelle, I look forward. I miss you. I miss all the staff. I miss all the students. And I think it's, we're going to be, people talk about the new normal, but it's not going to be, it's going to be totally different. It's going to be a different normal, so to speak, but it's going to be something that we can all be a part of and make better. And I look for the time where we get together as a community, where we all can embrace each other, hug each other, take off the mask, and see each other smile, and get together as a community that we were a community that is positive, and a community that is of harmony, and a community that is creative and creating wonderful things to share to not just FIT, but the city, the state, the nation, in the world. And I look forward to coming back there and doing that. And I hope it's soon, but we know that it's going to take time.
And that is certainly true. And there's going to be so much to celebrate, I think, between the new academic building,
Yes,
the exception of that, in addition to really truly celebrating the students and the faculty that were behind the Girl Scout uniforms. It got so much press, but again, it got the press in a time when we were all apart and not necessarily together.
absolutely. And you know, the other thing, I mean, those things are wonderful accomplishments given where we are right now. Especially the academic building and the student projects and so on. But the other thing that we're doing too is the Social Justice Collaborative, where we're working with industry leaders to try to make it more diverse and inclusive and provide programming and mentoring resources and so on. And this is an initiative that Dr. Joyce Brown is pushing and is leading on that. And that's going to be a major thing that's going to take FIT to another plateau in terms of diversity, equity, inclusion. And I think that's another part that we can be proud of because it's going to grow. And I mean, we're doing it now virtually, but when we get back together, we can really get together and work on it on person to person type thing. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
That's amazing. Well, families, I just want to say thank you again to Dr. Mylan for being present and for bringing greetings on behalf of the college. We have 2 days worth of events, as early as 10 a.m. to a dance party concluding the weekend on Saturday, November 14th. So I ask that you join us. The beauty of a virtual space is that you get to log in and log off when you want. And if you choose not to participate in the events, just take some time out to hang out with your family. Share with us the things that you're doing using the hashtag FIT Family Weekend. We'll be sure to check it out. But again, thank you all for being present. Thank you for engaging in our family weekend. And again, check in on all the events and have a great day and have a wonderful weekend. Thank you again, Dr. Mylan.
Thank you so much. And let's give everyone, Michelle, a virtual hug. Okay, everyone give a virtual hug. Be safe. Enjoy the weekend. I look forward to seeing you at Family Day. Thank you.
Thank you.